Welcome to Team 537's Robo Recap for January 11th through the 17th. I am your host, Kate Sable, and with me is my co-host, Sam Smith.
The second week of build season has been a busy one. The main goals of this week have been making the move from planning and designing to starting to bring designs to life.
Our designs and mechanical teams have continued to experiment with prototypes of components. Wood still remains the primary construction material of the week, as prototypes are developed for components that will allow our robot to grab, lift, and stack. Working prototype concepts are then transferred to the computer and modeled for manufacture.
Some of the bigger developments this week have been with the code and electrical CDTs. FRC released a new control and central processing unit for robots this season. The team first received it at the kickoff event. Since then, our electrical and code teams have been busy coming to understand the new equipment and how to best make use of it. Our code CDT lead, Taylor Beinborn, has been one of those working to make the transition to the new equipment. We pried him away from his keyboard for a few minutes to tell us about some of the new components and how they have changed the work of the code CDT.
So this year, Code gets the opportunity to play with the new control system called the RoboRIO. This is actually a pretty cool opportunity for us because there are a lot of improvements. One of the big ones is that with our old CRIO system, every time we wanted to change the code, we'd have to redeploy code and reboot the CRIO. CRIO stands for the compact RIO device, or it's basically the brain of the robot. So it's where the code is stored. So what this will allow it to do is test faster. So when we're tuning PIDs, for example, or proportion integral derivatives, which is motor control, we can change values rapidly and not have to waste like a minute rebooting each time. Another cool thing about this is it's based in Eclipse, which is an open source software. So it's just can be a bit nicer to use in what we were using Wind River. Downside is there are some changes in the syntax or code language, so we gotta adjust to those and learn the new what changed.
The electrical CDT also has new systems to learn and configurations to construct. Robo Recap spent a few minutes this week with electrical lead Alex Bushke, learning about the work of the electrical CDT and the many systems it is responsible for.
The fundamental task of the electrical CDT is to make sure all of the components that mechanical and design make are powered and usable by either using electrical powers and motors or pneumatic pistons and cylinders to make sure the robot can function at the best of its ability. We use electrical for our name mostly because pneumatics is kind of on the side. It's what we do at the end of the process. We always start off with setting up the power and then all the special function motor controllers. And then at the end of that, we set up the pneumatic or air-powered systems. The RoboRIO takes the coding and makes it so that the motor controllers can control how the robot moves and functions in the proper way so the robot functions as it's supposed to. It starts off same as the old control system where power comes in through the main breaker unit and goes to power distribution panel, or PDP this year. And it gives off power in these slots to the RoboRIO block module. And then from here, CAN is distributed to the PDP and then given off to the pneumatic control module, or the PCM, and also then to the voltage regulator module, or the VRM. It's just an easier way, a more efficient way to control all the pneumatic and relay components of the robot instead of having to use all of the CRIO and digital sidecar components.
Not everything that happens during the build season is about the robot. Our animation CDT has been analyzing the game for a different purpose.
Last year, our team of animators created a game based off of the game challenge that played on laptops and other computers. It was a great success and was enjoyed by many people at regional competitions and community demonstrations. For this year, the animation CDT has been hard at work crafting an adapted version of Recycle Rush.
We took the game challenge and it was a bit complicated with all the teamwork aspects of it, so we simplified it down to just shooting and picking up the balls, pushing them into goals. And the community liked it. It was well received at every regional and demo we put it at. And so try and do the same thing again this year. Once we have the basic idea for what we're going to do, start making various models for robots. They model the robots, and at the same time as that, while some people are modeling robots, others, like this, what I was doing was making the basic game mechanics. They're figuring out how to program the robots so that they can pick up the objects, and so they can pick up and put down the totes, and the scoring works correctly. And so we want to make sure that works before we put actual robots in it. And then when we have both components done, we put them together, apply the code to the robots, and then work out bugs that develop in the game.
Mark your calendars now for the Charger Robotics Mini Regional. Our annual invitational practice tournament will be Sunday, February 15th at Hamilton High School. The Mini Regional gives teams the opportunity to test out their robots in competition on an actual course while they still have time to make modifications. It is a great time to see the robots up close and in action.
Tickets for the Robo Raffle remain on sale from all team members. This is our major fundraising event of the season. Prizes include an HP laptop computer, a Panasonic Smart TV, a major cash prize, and more. The drawing for the Robo Raffle takes place at the Mini Regional event on February 15th. It is not necessary to be present to win. For tickets or more information, contact any member of Team 537. Thanks for joining us for this summary of the second week of build season. Tune in next week for the Team 537 Robo Recap.
Thanks for watching.